Have you ever wondered what the world would look like after humans are gone? Well, scientists have been thinking about that too. Without us, the planet would likely look very different, and certain creatures could evolve into something far stranger than we could imagine. From aquatic beasts to land-dwelling giants, nature might take a few unexpected turns. Today we are going to dive into fascinating creatures that could evolve in our absence. These aren't just creatures from our imagination, they're based on real science and evolutionary theory. Let's get started. Imagine giant squirming squids roaming the earth. Sounds like a nightmare, right? But scientists say it could become a reality. Squids and octopuses are already some of the most intelligent creatures on Earth, but once humans vanish, their evolution could take a fascinating turn. Squids are already skilled in adapting to various environments, changing colors, textures, and even regrowing limbs. With no humans to disrupt ecosystems, squids might develop larger, more complex forms capable of thriving on land. These creatures could evolve into terrestrial predators using their impressive problem-solving skills and adaptability to dominate environments. We could see them with stronger limbs, possibly resembling the tentacle-like appendages of cephalopods that would allow them to move on land with an efficiency that is hard to imagine. And considering how many of today's largest animals evolved from smaller ancestors, it wouldn't be too far out of the realm of possibility to envision squids the size of modern-day elephants. So squids are just in it for the long game. You know, they're just biding their time, waiting for humans to disappear, and then they rule the land. What if the next creatures to inherit Earth's intellectual throne aren't apes, but a completely different species? With humans gone, it's possible that mammals, like dolphins, elephants, or even rats, could evolve to become hyper-intelligent. These creatures already show signs of sophisticated communication and problem-solving abilities. In a world without humans, they might develop complex societies and technology, possibly even communicating through advanced systems or tools. Imagine dolphins building cities underwater, or elephants mastering land navigation and technology. What if the birds we see today are just a glimpse into the future of avian evolution, where birds grow to dominate the skies once again? Birds are the direct descendants of dinosaurs, and after humans are gone, many experts believe that birds could evolve back into larger, more dinosaur-like creatures. In the absence of humans, birds might grow to unprecedented sizes, filling niches left open by the extinction of large terrestrial animals. These bird dinosaurs could resemble some of the giants from the Mesozoic era, such as the Argentavis, an ancient bird with a wingspan over 23 feet. What would happen if rats, the survivors of the apocalypse, grew in size? You might want to keep your distance. After humans are gone, scientists speculate that rats or similar rodents could evolve into much larger, more dangerous creatures. With a high reproductive rate, rodents would quickly take advantage of available resources, evolving into new forms with larger bodies to adapt to new environments. Imagine a world where giant rats or squirrels scurry about, competing for food and resources, dominating the landscape just as they did in the early days of mammals. What if fish evolved to walk on land? Sounds like something out of a movie, but it is entirely possible, and there are people out there who actually believe that this already happened. Fish are already known to use primitive forms of walking, like mud skippers who use their fins to move across land. Don't get me started on the smooth handfish either. In fact, certain species have evolved to do this very thing, and if humans were gone, evolution might push this characteristic even further. Over time, fish might develop stronger, more efficient limbs to handle terrestrial environments. These walking fish could live in shallow waters and on land, adapting to ecosystems where air breathing becomes as necessary as swimming. Some scientists believe that fish could evolve into amphibious creatures similar to early vertebrates that first left the oceans. Walking fish could become one of the new apex species, filling the roles that mammals and reptiles once held. Picture Picture a future where fish leave the water completely, evolving into creatures with complex land-based behaviors. They might even develop the ability to climb, interact socially, and compete for resources like we see in mammals today. Imagine enormous frogs, salamanders, and newts roaming the planet with sizes so intimidating they could rival the great dinosaurs. After humans disappear, scientists think amphibians might grow into giant versions of their ancestors. The carbon-rich atmosphere after the extinction of humans could result in larger body sizes, like the gigantic amphibians that once roamed the Earth during the Carboniferous period. These massive creatures could dominate freshwater ecosystems, becoming the apex predators of their environment, with abilities to thrive in both water and on land. What if the ocean's most intelligent creature became even smarter? We kind of touched on this earlier, but octopuses are already considered one of the most intelligent marine animals with remarkable problem-solving abilities and complex behaviors. With humans gone, these remarkable creatures might not only survive, they could thrive. Octopuses could even evolve further, developing higher cognitive abilities that could enable them to manipulate their environments in ways that we haven't even yet imagined. They could use tools to build shelters, make weapons, or even engineer underwater cities. These creatures already display behaviors like opening jars, camouflaging themselves, and evading predators with precision. I mean, have you seen my octopus teacher? In a world free of human interference, octopuses could become the dominant species of the oceans. Their intelligence, coupled with their adaptability, might even lead to social structures where groups of octopuses collaborate to achieve goals and pass down knowledge, creating a whole underwater civilization. Would you live in the octopus world if you had the option? Let me know down below in the comments. I think I would. I think that would be a peaceful world. Because they're very smart, you know what I mean? Anyways, weird tangent to go off on. What if giant predatory birds make a comeback and rule the earth just like ancient times? Imagine giant birds, like the massive terror birds from the Cenozoic era, returning to Earth. With the extinction of apex predators, birds could evolve to fill those ecological niches once dominated by mammals and reptiles. These birds could grow massive, some species potentially reaching sizes comparable to modern-day ostriches or emus, with sharp beaks and talons capable of hunting large prey. Could sharks evolve to live on land? It might sound absurd, but the future is full of possibilities. Sharks are already incredibly successful apex predators in the ocean, but what if they adapted to life on land? In a world without humans, the evolutionary pressures could push sharks into new terrestrial environments, potentially adapting to land-based life. Over time, sharks might evolve modified fins that function as limbs, helping them traverse the land in search of food. Imagine a massive land-dwelling shark with a body built for both water and dry environments. This is giving tralalero tralala. If you know, you know. These land-based sharks could hunt large terrestrial prey, using their incredible speed and sharp senses to track down and overpower animals on land. Just as the first fish began their journey to land millions of years ago, these sharks might be the next step in evolutionary history. Their remarkable ability to adapt, combined with the right environmental conditions, could lead to them becoming the dominant predators in a post-human world. We've all heard the phrase, the insect apocalypse, but what if insects grew to monstrous sizes? In a post-human world with oxygen levels in the atmosphere increasing and a lack of predators, scientists believe insects could grow to enormous sizes, much like they did during the Carboniferous period. These giant insects could dominate ecosystems, with some growing to the size of large birds or mammals. Imagine ants the size of dogs or dragonflies with wingspans the size of a human's arm. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye!